Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in our last video we talk about the recent changes being made in the Louisiana state with effective from 1st January 2025. Today we are going to start a new series of videos on how to file the sales tax returns, the monthly sales tax returns, the quarterly, the biannual or annual sales tax returns for different US states. So today we are going to talk about the first state, which is Alabama. So before we move to the topic, I just wanna uh, request all of you to do subscribe my channel and hit that bell icon so that you can stay updated with all the latest US taxation information, in particularly the information which pertains to the US sales tax. So going back to the topic, you can see here I have a report here. It's a dummy data, it's a report, it's a dummy report that I have prepared for you to just look over it and we can file the return now. So you can see here on the first column we have the customer number, then we have the customer name, and then we have the city, and then we have the county here. So on the county, I have used a VLOOKUP formula to look up the counties based on these cities. So why I've done this is that in Alabama, different counties have different tax rates. Each county and each city has its own tax rate. So we have to be careful while filing the local tax return. In Alabama, we have to file two tax sales tax returns. The first one is the state sales tax return, and the second one is the local tax return. So here I have looked up the counties, and then going further on this report, if you see here, then I have the state here, I have the document type, document number, document description, date, country, and then sales amount, tax amount. And then on this column again, I have used these three columns. I have used the formulas again. The tax rate, so it's basically again the formula used here is VLOOKUP. We are looking up the tax rate based on different counties here. So if you see here, I have the table here. The first column is city, then the county, then the tax rate, and each whenever I get the latest information, I just update this column and to get the latest tax rate. So here what I'm doing is that I'm getting the tax rate here, and then I'm calculating the taxable sales. What I'm doing here is that I am dividing my tax amount with the tax rate to get the taxable sales, and then on the total sales I just subtract my taxable sale, I got the non-taxable sales. So why I have done this is that sometimes in many systems you get these breakers, like you get the taxable sales and you get the non-taxable sales, but in some systems, you just get the total number of sales and total number of tax amount. You don't get the breakers of taxable and non-taxable sales. So this is why I have just made a formulas for you. So if in case if you don't have the breakers, so you can calculate it by yourself by getting the tax rate and then dividing the tax amount with the tax rate, you can get the taxable sales, and then subtracting the taxable sales from the total sales amount, you can get the non-taxable sales. So this is my report here, and then if you can see here, I have made a simple pivot table here. Why I have done this is that when we file the local tax return, we have to file according to the counties and the cities and the specific tax rate and the taxable amount. So now we're going to go to the portal, and I will show you how to file this return. I will show you how to reconcile this return. I will show you how you can file the state return, which is very simple by the way, and then we can file the local tax return as well. So we are back with the portal here. You can see here we have the seller's use tax here, and I'm gonna click file and view returns and periods. We'll go to we are filing for the February 2025 period, and as you know that most of the US states have the due date of 20th of the following month. So here you can see the due date is 20th March 2025, so you have to file before 20th March or by 20th March 2025. So I'm gonna click file now here. So if you see here now, I have the gross sales and the deductions and the tax percentage. So this is the one reason that why I have calculated the non-taxable sales and the taxable sales, because on the portal we have to report these sales separately. So on my gross sales, I will put this amount, which is $10,710. On my deductions, I will put the non-taxable sales, which is total sales 8,590. So you look here. So the tax is 4 percentage. The state sales tax return for the Alabama state is 4 percentage. And so what I will do here is I will just write here the state tax. So it's 84.80. Uh, then I will click next, and then you can just click submit, and on the next page you will get the payment information. By inputting your payment information, you can make the payment, and then your return will be processed. I cannot click the submit option because this data is dummy, so I'm going to just show you here. You can just click the submit, and then you can simply put your payment information and you are good to go. You can submit your state sales tax return for the Alabama state. So now this was the state sales tax return. We have to file another tax return, which is local tax return, because we have different counties here, and each county has its own jurisdiction, has its own tax implications. So I'm gonna go here, and now if you see here, we have the local tax here. We have file and view and returns and periods. I'm gonna file for the Feb period. Due date is 20th March. Just click file now. So before you begin, you can just go and read this, but it's basically just telling you the information, the payments, and the counties, and you can just view these lists, a list, and it will show you the counties and the tax, respective tax percentage. So I'm going to click the next here. Now this is my table. Here you have to put the information, you have to input the information for each county and each city. So what I'm going to do is here now, for example, this is my county, right? This is my county. Sorry, this is my clown is my county. So now this is my county, right? So first is my clown county. I will just search here, and you see here I have two options here. Now the first one is giving me two options. Clown County. So I'm gonna put here the amount 1989, and it's totally non-taxable sales, so I will make it in a deduction. Then I will go for the next city now. If I'm gonna register it here, you will see like this one. So here, because I have registered myself in these cities and these counties, so I have to individually input the information of each city and each county here. So 1400, 1400. Then we have Jackson, and let's see if it's coming. So it's not there. So okay. So next we will go to Jackson County. Just put information here like this one. So now individually on each of these you have to input the information. Now I'm not just gonna go there to tell you how you can see if your text matches with the portal. So if you see here, we have a county here, a Lauderdale, and we have a city of Florence here. So I'm gonna search here this county. So if you see here, now we have two counties here. The first one is the county, and the other one is the county associated with the Florence city. So I'm going to put my information here. Always double check where you need to put the information, because in the end, your text should be reconciled. And I will tell you why you should reconcile your text before submitting it to the department. So my total sales is this one. I'm going to fill non-taxable sales here. So sorry, these are my total sales. Okay, and then I will go to the Florence. As I've told you, you have to separately input the information for the counties and for the cities. So Florence, I will input the same information here. Gross amount is this, deduction is this. So now I'm going to next. So if you see here, the total tax amount here is $116.60. Now, this is the local tax, right? My state tax was 84.80, and I'm going to put local tax here, which is 116.60. So if you plus both of these, it's 201.40. So note what you notice here, that this tax This and this number should always be reconciled. Why? Now, this is the report that is generated by my system, or you can just calculate it by yourself. You can prepare this report on Excel, or if you have any accounting software, you can just pull that information from that accounting software or ERP, whatever you are using. So on my invoice report, this report that I have generated from the system, or the report that I have made, or the report which is basically an invoice report, it's showing $201.40, the total tax that I have collected from the customers in March period or in February period. And here, if you see here, the tax that has been calculated based on this information is 201. Now, why it's best practice to reconcile this, because in future if you get the notices for the audit or for the information, you should have that reconciliation and you should have that prior information, so you don't have to go in each invoice to really see why there is a difference. For example, let me just tell you, for example, if I have here, let's say if here I have 250, or and here I'm getting this, so there's a difference. So I have to identify that why I'm getting this difference. And if I'm not going to identify this difference, I'm going to pay this, and then I will say in future, if the audit or if the information came here and you get the notice, then you have to go back to the prior periods and to really get, you have to track down the information to get the invoices where you are getting the difference. So this is the primary purpose, that we should reconcile at the first step, so that in future we don't have to go back, and it will obviously, it will consume your time, and it will consume your cost as well. So here the local tax is 116.0, and if you notice here, I'm getting the discount. So as many of you know that if you file your tax return within due date for different states of US, you get this small percentage of discount. Like here I'm getting $5.83 as a discount. So I'm gonna get here discount, it's $5.83. I'm gonna show here this, and then this I'm gonna, so this is the amount I'm going to pay. This is the final amount that I will pay to the department, right? After getting this discount. So I'm going to go next, and then you can just make the payment by inputting your information and then just submitting it to the department. So this is how you can file your returns with the Alabama state. I have shown you how you can file your state uh, tax return and then your local tax return. State tax return is quite straightforward. Local tax return is somehow it's little bit a tricky one, because here we have just one city, right? We have just this one where we are getting the tax. But if you have a tax on the multiple counties and cities, so you have to be very you have to be very vigilant in inputting the information, so that in the end your text reconciles. I hope this video is informative for you. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comment box, so we can make a discussion and we can start a discussion over that, so that our learning process can be continued. Thank you very much.